we have gate 19, which is the approach and the gate of wanting, and it's part of tribal ego circuitry, and it also links up with the solar plexus.
So before, when we were at its companion on the other side, gate 54, right there was a reason it was doing for what it was doing in a material way. Gate 19, on the other hand, it's not so much on the other hand, in this like fashion, it still is about needing something. 54 needs to rise up the ladder. 19 needs to approach the other and look at what type of communion and trust are we going to find. It's in this gate you very much help balance trust and not trust, very much. And you can smell it and taste it. This gate of approach demands that the being that has it actually approaches, because the line of the gate is very clear. It's all things are interrelated, is inherent by the action of approach. I might have missed a word in there, but it's made apparent by the activity of being on approach to something else. So once again, what's that describing? It's describing movement, right? And that's what the spleen does with trust and not trust. How did I do? What's the reading of that?
So, gate 19, approach, that all things are interrelated is apparent and manifested through the action of approach. So, that everything is interrelated is obvious by the nature of approaching the other, because again, it's tribal, so it has to do with that relationship with.
Well, it's already obvious, and the way to keep uncovering it is to manifest it through the action of approach, through the activity of approaching something. I have this gate. As soon as there's some kind of possible opportunity, something going on, I'm eager to start. I have a pressurized energy that wants to approach that thing.
Yeah, you do.
You know, you see that, right? And it's unconscious in me, so it's not like I have full choice in all of that. That it shows up, and that approach of the thing think of what it does. It's tribal. It guarantees on the other side that the right principles might get found. With 48 in principles, that it will help revolutionize the next union that comes in, that then takes care and tends to needs and leads to things like marriage and families and trust and more trust and tribal supportiveness. 19's willing to throw down and support whatever. It's just trying to approach. Let me just be the bug. Again, the bug moving to the light. 19 may get a fuzzy idea of the various things, but trust me, it is approaching before it is truly clear on what the heck is going to be there. At least 54 is going to have some demands. Well, this and that better be there before I even start. You know what I mean? Or else I'm going to try and find my opportunities elsewhere. 19 might have some of that, but it does move forward in a certain amount of ignorance. It can't tell. How can it tell? It's not there yet. But it's got a whole truckload of crap, and it's got a bunch of little skills, and it knows a bunch of things, and it's got a ton of willingness to do whatever and maybe fit in and mold and format yourself a certain way to fit in with the tribe. I approach with all of that. I approach with my goodwill. I approach with my nine-centered essence. I approach with my support and love of the tribe, and wantingness to be trustworthy and to feel trusted and have loyalty amongst us. All the stuff I approach with my loyalty. That's an important thing. You find out real quick when you don't have much and you see who was loyal to you, right? These things can mean life and death in certain situations. So 19's got a big job. It's got to do all that stuff while keeping its refrigerator full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the analogy of like gate 19 is like putting out your hand for like a handshake. Like, hello, my name is da da da. Like that approach as like a really simple visual analogy.
I think the handshake is in all of these gates on this side.
Yeah, but like with this one, it's an even better analogy in
Yep.
that tribal
Yep.
aspect of it. Is just like 39, like okay, it's coming at you,
Maybe.
but it's
Maybe.
poking. It's like a poking at you in that individual way.
And
Whereas
41's like, let's get the handshake.
yeah, let's do the handshake and just dive right in. Exactly. Whereas like 19, because it's tribal, it has a different aspect of like
We must shake
hierarchy
its
and
hand. That's first.
and it
You're right.
and then it's meeting up with principles too. So it's just like
Right.
it's more respectful in a way.
Right. You get information exchanges in that first handshake, and then really it's totally appropriate for this to lead with not just a handshake, but a hug, kiss
Mm,
on both cheeks. You know what I mean? Like
mhm,
a greeting of that style. Anything to get close. What's the tribe about? I need to smell it and taste it and touch it
mhm,
because we're going to feed it and I'm going to have to sleep in the same room as it or the same house as it. And we're
mhm.
going to have to share our resources. So, you know, if I'm going to let
Your
him
smells match my smells.
you're right. And if I'm going to let him be the one who eats the last bagel, and I'm going to have to be okay with that sometimes because it happens, then you know, I want to like this person.
Yeah, you got to make sure it matches up, that that chemistry is there.
Right.
So it's like
But
that drive for that
resource,
chemistry. What's up?
resources, just like the 54, resources, very resource driven in the form of a bargain. 54 is resource driven in the form of acquisition. So,
That's fun. So we have a really cute comment from Friends with Audio. They have the Gate 19, and that their coworker said that they have golden retriever energy. It's like,
oh,
hi,
that's
hello,
so
can I be your
good.
friend?
Oh my God. Well, we need to see a profile on that one too.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yep.
Friends with Audio, we've seen them a few times up here. So thanks for hanging out and commenting and interacting. It's a lot of fun.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Friends with audio. I love that.
yeah,
That's a
absolutely.
play on something. I can feel it. I'm sure it is. Um,
Hmm. So yeah, Gate 19, that approach, that handshake, that little bit of flirtiness, that tribal interaction, that drive for tribal interaction.
yep. Yep.
Super cool.
Certainly up close tribal. Yeah, let's tie it all together.